The key piece of home gym equipment. Hi, I'm Jonathan Pritchett with Theology, Geek, Fitness. In this video, I want to talk about the most important home gym equipment you can own. What is it? It's whatever's easiest to get out and use that could do the most things. What do I mean by that? Well, a lot of people spend a lot of money on home gym equipment, and the longer you're at it, the more money you spend and the more things that you collect. So whether you're like a traditional bodybuilder type person who buys a power rack and a bench and a bar and free weights, maybe even a whole rack of dumbbells or an adjustable set of dumbbells, or you're like me and you get into some alternative modes, you're interested in weighted calisthenics, you're interested in suspension training, body weight stuff, you're interested in resistance bands, sandbags, things like that. But the problem with home gym equipment is, a lot of people who have like a gym membership, they can neglect going to the gym and they can fall off real easy. And if you have home gym equipment, you can ignore it. You can look at it and, I just don't feel like it today. And sometimes it's okay to not feel like it that day and just skip a day. If you don't feel like it, it's fine. But sometimes a day can turn into 2, can turn into 3, can turn into a week, can turn into a month, and then you've fallen off. One of the things that keeps me motivated is the fact that I have different types of equipment, but I have a suspension trainer that I picked up for $10. I've talked about it a lot on this channel, and you can't find it anywhere at these Five Below stores anymore, but I don't know why. That I bought it in January of 2023, and if you watch my Fitness from Five Below video for this year's edition in 2024, they didn't have it. In fact, they didn't have much of anything, and it stank. But there are still plenty of inexpensive suspension trainers. But what I like about this one from Five Below was the fact that it's just the easiest thing in the world to set up. It's not dual anchor, it's single anchor, and it's got a way that you can either anchor it around a bar or you can anchor it over the door at different heights built into it. So something like that, that would be for me my key piece of equipment, even more so than like resistance bands. So when I don't feel like exercising, I don't even feel like, dragging out a heavy sandbag or anything like that, getting all set up for my normal routines that incorporates my sandbags and resistance bands, and I'm going outside to the pull-up bar and all of that other stuff, and start dragging stuff out to the backyard if I'm doing a workout at home. Or, you've seen my office tour videos, got one coming up again to show you what I have here. I've got stuff here in the office to exercise with as well. But there was something about that single suspension trainer that's simple. I mean, it's even more simple than pulling out a bag of 5 to 6 resistance bands even. But the single piece of equipment that you need is something that you can get out and do some training even when you don't feel like it. Now, for you, it doesn't have to be a simple $10 fitness trainer that you picked up at Five Below. It may be a $40 fitness trainer, a suspension trainer like something from NOSC, or it may be that you have a TRX. But if all you have is a type of equipment that is a hassle to get out in your home gym, even when you don't feel like doing it, and make yourself do it anyway, you're going to be at a loss, because it's easier to ignore things the greater the hassle it is, right? Even at a home gym. So, like if you have a gym membership and you're going to a gym, it's a hassle just to go some days. But at a home gym, it may be a hassle to get everything set up for your normal workouts. But skipping can lead to falling off completely for a while. So you need to find a piece of equipment that you can get out with as minimal fuss as possible, minimal setup, and do some sort of workout, get some sort of work in that's not going to be too much of a hassle. And if all you have are dumbbells and a bar and, a rack or whatever, you may be inclined to just ignore it. So find something simple It can be just your own body and decide, I don't feel like working out today, but I'm going to do some push-ups. Maybe you don't need any equipment at all. Maybe the single piece of equipment is just your body and you are just going to do some push-ups. You don't even feel like getting a doorway pull-up bar and hanging it up because you're that unmotivated, but you're just going to say, single piece of equipment is me. I'm just going to get some push-ups in, and then I'm just going to go back to laying on the couch because I just don't feel like it today, but I want to get some work done. You know, like I said, when it comes to this, kind of ties into the whole conversation about motivation or whatever, and that whole just get it done and go, doesn't matter what. Well, some days you just don't feel like it, and that's reality. And no matter how much you say grit your teeth and barrel through it, no matter how many people on the internet tell you to suck it up and go do your workout, you probably might not want to. But if it's not that much of a hassle and you're sitting at the house, and you can just throw one single piece of equipment over a door and close it, and then you can start doing something like you can with a simple suspension trainer. Yeah, or maybe for you it is bands. It's like, all I have to do is just take my bag that has bands in it, dump it out on top of the bed, and go pull up that video on Theology, Geek, Fitness called the Soma workout, which is sitting on my ass workout, and do the entire resistance band exercise while I'm laying in bed sitting on my butt. But find some single piece of equipment that is absolutely the least amount of hassle to put in some work when you don't feel like working out. And if your home gym is not oriented to where you have something like that, because all you have is iron everywhere, and you don't have a suspension trainer, even a $10 one, it can be very easy for you to be like, it's just not today, and today becomes every day. So that's my thoughts on that. Find you a single piece of equipment. It could be the most important piece of equipment in your home gym that keeps you consistent when you absolutely do not feel like working out. And like I said earlier, it's okay to skip a day, but having something when you just fall into a funk that, well, this is going to take the least amount of effort. I may not even put in 110% into my work. It's fine. Just do something and have something that is the least amount of hassle, whether it's just your body doing push-ups. It's a simple suspension trainer that doesn't require a lot of fuss. It's not even dual anchor. It doesn't require a lot of setup and finagling on the door. It's just throw it over the door and do something. Or maybe it's for you, it's resistance bands. Even if you can find ways to do all the exercises while sitting down in your bed, like I have a video that shows you how to do that, the Soma workout. Just find some sort of piece of home gym equipment that, even if I'm just barbell, weight plates, dumbbells, kettlebell, if you just have that stuff and you don't have something else because you think, that's not good enough or whatever. I've seen people with power racks and cages in their garage that they haven't used for years. It happens. It can happen. And no, that suspension training stuff, that body weight stuff, you can't build. Well, you can, but that's what they say or whatever. No, find yourself, I'm going to keep repeating this, find yourself a piece of equipment that is utterly simple for the days that you do not feel like exercising, so that you can get a workout in anyway. So those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts? What is your favorite simple piece of gym equipment that when you're not motivated to drag all of your gear out to get into your normal routine, but you know that you got to do something, or you are like I am and easy to just fall off if you take too many days off. So what's your favorite piece of simple equipment that's not a lot of fuss to get out to deal with on those days where you just don't feel like doing it? Let me know in the comments. And like the video if you like the video. Click the dislike button if you didn't like the video. I don't really care either way. Sadly, no one can see how many people dislike my video unless you have that special plug-in, in which case, if you do, cool. People don't really click like or dislike on my videos that much anyway, but I wish that they would, so do it. Follow the little signs. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I'd really appreciate that as well. I'm trying, at the time of this recording, to get to 1,000 subscribers. But if I don't get there anytime soon, I'll live. This is not my full-time job. Obviously, I'm sitting in this office. But subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate that. Check out all of my other videos. And if you want to support what we're doing financially, you can do that by becoming a patron at patreon.com/theologygeekfitness. $1 gets you into the door. opens you up to access to all sorts of exercise videos featuring the kinds of equipment that I use on a regular basis featured on the channel. And if you're a $10 and above patron, you can get in on my quarterly gear giveaways. The money that I get from the patrons gets reinvested back into stuff to review for the channel. And whether I like something or don't like something, if I'm not going to use it on a regular basis, I give it away to the patrons in a first come, first serve when I post the video for the patrons. So consider that, and I'd appreciate it, just like I appreciate you watching this video. We'll see you in the next one. God bless.